Hey y'all, welcome back to Sparkle and Trade. I know I look a little different. I was trying out this new little wrap thing that I'm doing, but it's me. It's me. I am here today to share with you guys some encouraging information. I really, this whole channel is all about spreading joy and support in the trading world. Statistics state that 97%, I believe it is, of people that get into trading stop trading. They just stop. They either lose all their money or they get discouraged or they don't know how to trade. And that's what this channel is all about, to encourage you on your trading journey and to take you along on mine. I've been trading, if you're new to my channel, I've been trading since June of 2021. So it's about to come up on a year here, coming soon. So it's been a journey, lots of ups and downs. Every day isn't great. So I wanted to share today about kind of like what one of the questions that I get to ask a lot in my comments is, how often do you hit $1,000 in a day? Because one of my most popular videos on this channel is, can you really make $1,000 in a day? And I'll link that video below so that anybody that is like skeptical about if you can actually make $1,000 in a day trading in the stock market, yes, you can. You can make $1,000 in a day. And not only that, you can make $1,000 in a day consistently. It doesn't have to be like a one-off. You can make it $1,000 a day consistently. So the question that I get asked on that channel and on other videos on my channel is, how often do you hit $1,000 in a day? And my answer is, I hit $1,000 in a day regularly. But here's the disclaimer. I take a lot of breaks. So when the stock market is doing crazy stuff like it did in January, which I took off like a week and a half in January from trading, I wasn't making $1,000 a day because I wasn't trading. Number two, I take profits often. So, I actually do this full time. So, I mean, this is one of my multiple things that I do. And so I take profits to live and do things with that money. And that's a part of it. And then, it just depends on the size of your account. So if you can, I showed you guys at the beginning of January, from January, I think it was like December 28th through like January 14th, how I took $500 and grew it to $1,400. You can do that consistently, but it all depends on if you are trading, right? Your risk tolerance is in place. I'm going to give you about 5 tips about how you can hit $1,000 in a day consistently. Now, if you use Thinkorswim, you can start off with $500 to trade. That's enough, but you're not going to make $1,000 in a day with your $500, just to be clear. You probably need about $3,000 or $4,000. And then I would say trade SPY. That's how I trade SPY regularly. That's my recommendation on hitting $1,000 in a day. But also, if you have $3,000, $4,000, you're going to be risking majority of your account to hit that, because I do vertical credit spreads, but you don't have to. So, for instance, if there's so many rules, like for instance, if it's not always great to do a vertical credit spread. Sometimes it's better to buy a call or buy a put for option. Vertical credit spreads are great when the volatility is high. Like right now, the volatility is super high. Usually vertical credit spreads are great prices and you can get in for a great price. This is the time to do a vertical credit spread. However, there are times when volatility is low and it's better to buy a call or buy a put. And when you buy a call, buy a put, I see more gains per trade when you buy a call or buy a put. Yes, no, you're not getting the credit up front, but you are either buying low and selling high, or you're selling high and buying low which is a put. And you just see more gains with that because you have 100 stock per option contract. So here are my 5 tips on how to hit $1,000 in a day consistently. Number one, choose 1 or 2 trading strategies and stick to it. I have said this multiple times, y'all, throughout this particular channel. Keep it simple. You know, there are people that has like all these studies up all over the place and they're clicking everywhere. I'm like, I don't need all that. I don't need all that. I don't use like half of that stuff. I use what Teri taught me to do, right? And I learned how to trade. The link to learn how to trade is in the description. And then number 2, so stick to 1 or 2 trading strategies. My favorite 2, if you want to know, is vertical credit spreads and options. And you know, just doing vertical credit spreads and buying, selling puts. That's it. Buying calls, selling puts. Or buying puts and selling calls. That's also the other side of it. So I do that, and I do mainly vertical credit spreads, and that's my favorite one. I told you guys that. I trade with the SPX SPY mainly. I also trade well, I'll get to that. Number 2, the second thing about how do you hit $1,000 a day consistently is you got to know your risk tolerance. Over the last 2 months, I have been telling you guys that you can grow a small account, but growing a small account quickly is risky. The reason why it's risky is because you have to risk a big portion of your account, which means you could lose a big portion of your account, but you don't want that. You don't want to lose a big portion of your account. I was just simply sharing you guys the possibilities of growing a small account. I would say do it like once or twice, and then like it just has to be a high probability trade. The trade has to go in your way. It has to be a high probability that's going to go in your way. Get into the trade, get your income, and the next time maybe lower your risk tolerance. I mean, that's all based upon your emotional management. What can you handle, right? Everybody's different. I'm more of a little bit more of a risk. I've traded more riskier, but I also trade riskier on high probability trades. So my trades are more risky on high probability trades. I don't trade risky on it may go this way. I mean, I do my technical analysis, I break it down. So it has to be like, this is high. And when I go, if it does go in the opposite direction, that was a rarity. It shouldn't have done that. Okay. Number 3, this goes against what Teri teaches. She tells you to use stops because she's trying to help you guys, like people that walk away from their account or they got to work during the day. They tell me use stops. Highly suggested if you can't watch your account. However, like I told you in my last 2 videos, there is some artificial intelligence out there called stop hunters, which means the computers identify the trades that people that got into trades, and they're hunting for their stops to take their money. So I always think about these as when you see a trade and you see like a long wick, I think those are stop hunters, because why is the wick so long? Did there something happen in the news that caused the markets to swing like that? I think it's stop hunters trying to go and profit off of people's trades and get them out of the trade. So that's my thought about that. So I personally don't use stops. I get into a trade and I watch that trade until we get out of a trade. That's just it. I have seen greater success that way. And I know that there's AI behind all this, and I'm learning a lot and I'm seeing a lot. So you just have to, the way you get around it is you get into the trade once you have confirmation, once you have done your technical analysis, and you got to get into the trade when the big hedge funds, banks, people get into it. When they put their trade in, the market will swing in the favor that you believe will swing in, but you got to like be with them. So you got to watch the trades closely. You got to watch the market closely. Number 4, use all the free resources given to y'all. Like, this is like some inside knowledge. I don't even know if people even know this, but one of the things that I do is I go and use, like, after I do my own technical analysis, after I decide on what I believe the market's going to do or where I believe my technical analysis is, I go and see what does the platforms that I'm on say. Robinhood gives you a probability of a trade of a ticker symbol. It tells you like what they think that is going to happen with that trade, or the probability of that trade going in that direction, like it's like a percentage or something. And Webull tells you if that what their prediction is. Don't look at the comments on Webull. Don't look at the comments on Ribble, because those people are not telling you good information. Because I got into a trade yesterday and all the comments was like, it's gonna be bullish. I was like, no, it's not. It's gonna be bearish. And yesterday was a bearish day, and I got in at a bearish level, and it was a great day. And then let me tell y'all, every day isn't $1,000 day. Yesterday wasn't 1,000, but it was like 920. Like 920, that's okay. That's close to 1,000, right? And that's okay with me. I don't always have to have, my goal is to get to $10,000 in a day. That's where I'm at now. I've been on that goal for a while now, but I also realize I take profits a lot and I take breaks a lot. So to get to $10,000 a day, I have to not either take the profit out of the account and live off of it. I have to just let it sit there and let it grow. And then I'll get to a point where I can like have a $10,000 in a day. That's going to happen. That's going to happen this year. I'm going to post when I hit my $10,000 in a day. I can't wait. Maybe this summer. So again, use all the free resources given to you. Like I said, Webull has a prediction analysis. Robinhood has a prediction analysis. Don't look at people's comments because they're telling you to do the opposite of what the market's going to do. A lot of them, a few of them tell you the right thing, but do your own technical analysis first. Use the free analysis on their stuff. I think, Thinkorswim also does it as well. So let's see, maybe I can share my screen with you guys to kind of show you what I'm going to share my screen with you guys, but I need to, I'm actually in my live account. So I'm going to get into my, I'm going to get into my sim account or my paper money on Thinkorswim. And I want to show you where you can look at like the predictions on Thinkorswim, because it's pretty cool how they also give you this. It is a little technical, but all three of these resources, if you do your own technical analysis, all three of these resources are like secondary. So I do my technical analysis. I find out what my own thoughts are about the particular ticker symbol and what I believe the trade is going. Then I look at the free resources given to me on the apps, see what their thoughts are. If they're in alignment, that helps me more. Like it gives me more confidence about what I'm looking at. And then also I want to show you guys this as well. This is my sim account. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so can you guys see that? Okay, cool. So this is my my simulated trading account. So I want to show you guys what am I in? I'm in SPY right now. I want to show you guys, if you go up here, if you can see, you see trade. Wait, let's see here. Analyze. Hold on a second. Okay, so there's a section up here, and they have all of this fun stuff. Up there, I believe it's an analyze. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is a probability analyst. I'm gonna enter SPY. Let's do SPX. And it'll tell you like the probability of certain things. So like down here, you can see like tomorrow, it's showing almost a 50-50, and it's going back and forth to where it's going to be. But they are definitely thinking that it's going to stay above 46.45. Sorry, it's going to stay below 46.45, and it's going to stay above 3,800. So that's a big old swing, but you know, this is a lot in between, but you know that that's where they're at. This is not a good, so far as of today, it's like literally right in the middle. It can go either way. So this is what this is telling us, which is not great. But if you go further down, let's see here, the best ones are like the ones where the probability is a little bit more clear of which way it's going to go. Like, I don't even see any of this one. Let me go to another. Let's go to Apple. Okay. And this is 50-52, but I guess this is a little bit better on Friday. The higher probability is with this area here, between this area. So you can kind of do that and kind of like compare it to what you're doing and what your technical analysis is saying. And then kind of look at that free tool. That's not the first place I would go, but it's also in addition to, I think Webull has the best one, free analysis. You can look at that too, and then kind of like look at all of it and kind of decide like, you know, what is everybody else saying? Where is everybody else's head is? And then you know where your head is, and then just get like confirmations by the candles. The candles will give you confirmations. Wait for your confirmation candle. I always told you guys, I told you guys that in the last video, I kind of explained it too. Lastly, number 5. So number 1, choose 1 or 2 trading strategies and stick with them. Number 2, know your risk tolerance. Don't risk your entire account. Number 3, don't use stops. I'm sorry, I know Teri teaches that, but I have learned that I think people out there hunting stops, and I've seen great results with not doing stops and just watching my trades and knowing when I'm going to get out, and also having the emotional maturity to do that too, because trading is highly emotional. And when you think that you're going to get out, you somehow, some hope from deep down inside rises up. You're like, it is going to turn around. You're like, no, it ain't. Get out. Okay, it is time to get out. Like I've experienced max loss. I told you guys about my max loss options trade in a video. It's not fun. You don't want to experience. You don't want to experience that. You don't ever want to experience max loss in an options trade. It's not fun. It's not. It makes you want to quit. It makes you want to throw in the towel. So don't do that. Okay. Your hope cannot oversee your logical thinking. Trading has to stay logical. It can't be emotional. You got to stay up here and not here. You can't hope for the best and not have it make sense. Okay. Number 3, don't use stops. Number 4, use the free resources given to you with the different apps. Number 5, focus on no more than 5 ticker symbols. Y'all want to know what I focus on? SPX, SPY, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon. Those are like my top 5. I might veer off to Chipotle every now and then, and which are the other ones that I look at? Let me see here. Let me see which other ones I look at. Oh, did I say Apple? Okay, I hope I say Apple, because I definitely trade Apple. See here. Sorry, y'all. It is going slow. Here we are. So I do SPX, FCY. Let's see. Netflix, Amazon. I veer off into like Ulta sometimes. So those are mainly the ones. I don't do more than that though. I try to keep it really, really, really simple, because it's important to me that I know the history of a particular, that I know the history. So there's that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I'll upload like how my trading day went. I was gonna upload my actual trades, but we didn't have enough demand for it. So I was like, I'll just tell you guys how my trades are going. I am going to do a Sparkle 500 challenge again. That means that I'm helping people that starting off with $500 in their account. I'm not helping y'all. Disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not telling y'all what to do. I am not telling y'all what to do with y'all money. But I'll take you along on my journey of putting $500 in a separate account. Maybe I'll do that in my Webull account and show y'all how to grow a small account. That's our Sparkle 500 challenge. I haven't decided when I'm going to do that yet. Maybe I was thinking March, but I got a lot going on. So maybe April we'll do that. But you can grow a small account, $500. Put the $500 in Thinkorswim, Robinhood, or Webull. I will say Thinkorswim or Webull. Thinkorswim is my favorite. Webull is secondary. You can grow your account, a small account with those ones. So that's it. All right. Have a good day, guys.